Commencing step Bravo 2. Lower anchor.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the FLUCTUS Channel. Ships are among the most important vehicles ever invented. Not only did they facilitate trade, exploration, and repopulation for over thousands of years, but they still remain integral to today's global shipping, fishing, and travel economies. However, unlike cars and trains, boats spend most of their lives atop an ever-moving surface. So when it comes to maintaining position in the water, they require massive anchors. And the bigger the ship, the bigger the anchor. To maximize safety, these anchors must be inspected and maintained regularly. Because they spend so much time underwater exposed to corrosive elements, it's important that the anchors be cleaned to prevent any weakening of the structure itself. Anchors are usually covered with anti-corrosive paint to provide further resistance. And though they are almost always out of sight, the colors applied on them still hold significant meanings. In the U.S. Navy, for instance, gold color is reserved for the anchors of vessels recognized for retention excellence. Such was the case with the USS Bonham Richard in March 2019.
So behind me I have some members of our crew who are painting our anchor gold, and the reason they're painting it gold is because we recently earned the Retention Excellence Award. Retention Excellence Award recognizes a ship who's able to retain to the highest level as required by the Navy. We keep our sailors here, and that's recognition of that.
Anchors are almost always made of galvanized steel, as are their chains. The biggest chains are well over 1,000 feet long and have individual links that weigh 125 pounds each. Since they will be put under absolutely incredible amounts of tension as they support their tons of anchors, each link must be checked for cracks and corrosion at regular intervals. If a weak link is discovered, it will be cut free and a new one will be welded into place. Once repaired, the chain and anchor can be reinstalled aboard the primary ship. Anchor chains, as well as other chains of all sizes, are produced using a very unique production technique. Pre-measured metal rods are bent around posts to give them a rounded shape, before being interlinked with one another in one smooth, mechanized movement. The gaps that exist where the two ends of the rod meet are typically forced together by powerful press segments programmed along the manufacturing line. In some cases, also the gaps are welded by machine, but some manufacturers of larger chains do this by hand. Welding is also a very important process when it comes to ship construction and repair. Unlike soldering or brazing, welding actually melts the base metal, which requires extensive amounts of heat and energy. That said, the process is very fast and results in a near-permanent joint. So, if a vessel sustains damage while underway, it can simply pull into port and be repaired right then and there. This typically necessitates a team of welders working in unison, and the result is always obvious. The rusty and battered hull of a damaged ship can become as good as new again in just a few hours of intense welding. Of course, a welded ship hull needs to be painted for the maintenance job to be complete. That's a different story altogether. Generally, this must be done in a dry dock, a specialized canal built as a ship service yard where even the biggest vessels can be brought to dry land for the preparation of submerged portions. Many large ships are actually constructed in dry dock to more easily facilitate their first launch. Either way, this is the only practical approach to reaching the underside of a vessel. Once a ship moves into the dock, the water is pumped out, leaving it sitting atop specialized blocks or pylons. Though it might seem like just a routine process, ship painting is actually a very important procedure. Ocean-going vessels are exposed to highly corrosive elements as well as mold, barnacles, and microorganisms. These can compromise the structural integrity of the vessel and reduce its ability to operate efficiently. In most cases, ships will use anti-fouling paint, designed to prevent or effectively slow down such damage. When it comes to dry dock maintenance, few vessels require more detailed attention than the world's biggest cruise ships. These floating cities are often around 1,000 feet long and equipped to serve over 6,000 guests and crew. Their arrival in a dry dock, which happens about once every 3 years, is a highly coordinated and detailed process that sometimes requires hundreds of personnel all working at once. Each of the cruise ship's lifeboats are removed and cleaned separately. The hull is blasted with water and sand to remove buildup and corrosion, and vital parts are replaced. In some cases, the public spaces on the ship will be refurbished or refitted to give the ship that brand new look and feel. From the smallest detail to the largest repair, the entire goal of this process is to keep these ocean-going behemoths in tip-top shape for the comfort and safety of their customers. While maintaining ships is extremely vital to their safe operation, aircraft maintenance engineers, on the other hand, also have one of the most important jobs on the planet. After all, a breakdown in the middle of the ocean is far different from a breakdown at an altitude of 30,000 feet. It's no secret that modern aircraft are some of the most complex vehicles in the world. For this reason, all parts of an aircraft are inspected, maintained, and repaired on a more regular basis. This is done by highly trained individuals. Commercial aircraft typically undergo basic maintenance inspection every 2 days. Another level of maintenance takes place every 6 to 8 months. During this process, the aircraft is examined in a hangar where, depending on the aircraft, it takes up to 180 man-hours and between 1 to 3 days to complete. Every few years, however, they will go through a very detailed maintenance inspection that often involves removing, servicing, and replacing hundreds of components. During these processes, particular attention is focused to the landing gear mechanism, which is usually the cause of many aircraft ground issues. It goes without saying that maintenance crews are the unsung heroes of the global transport industry. While manufacturers provide the world with a means for mobility, these crews ensure that we keep moving and reaching our destinations without fear of breakdowns. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.